we are having a terrible day in the markets here for both Bitcoin, crypto, and and the stock markets. And it all started with the Asian stock market. Uh, there's some really bad things going on in Japan, and that's causing a lot of trouble and panic in the markets. Let's go ahead and see how bad those markets are here, guys. I'm going to show you here CNBC real quick. Let's go ahead and take a look at this real quick here. All right. So this is coming out from CNBC.com, the business network, that Japan's Nikkei has logged the worst day since 1987 Black Monday crash. Okay, with the Nikkei being down 12%. 12%, guys. Japan's stock market, all across the board, every single stock down there in Japan's stock market is down at least 12% or more. Okay. We also have everything else here in the Asian markets in the red. The Kospi down 8.7%. The Shanghai down 1.54%. The Hang Seng down 1.46. I think I said that right. I don't know. You guys can always double check and correct me later. But also the stock market in Europe also went down. Everything's in the red there. The DAX down 1.82, the FTSE down 2.0%, and all the other stock markets in the Europe are down at least 2%. It says right here in the headline that the Europe stocks, they closed 2.2% lower amid global downturn versus as volatility index spikes to COVID era highs. Ugh. And then, of course, that bloodbath decided to spill into the U.S. as well. We have the Dow Jones down 2.49%. The S&P 500 is down 2.8%. NASDAQ down 3.2% on this Monday. Russell 2000 down 2.96%. And the VIX, oh my God, the VIX is up 45%. We have a VIX number reading here at 34.1. That's pretty bad. This would be technically a day where most investors would, most professional investors and institutions would actually start buying stocks right now, just because there's been so much blood in the market, so many prices going down in the stocks. Yeah, I mean, in the headline reads here that the Dow drops 900 points and the NASDAQ craters 3% in a global market rout. And this is stemming from Japan. After Japan rose their interest rates, it caused the carry trade, is what some people call it, where people borrow cheap money in Japan. They take out loans in Japan, and then they take that money and they go to like the American markets. They go buy like, Tesla or Nvidia at like, with cheap money from Japan. Okay. Well, the problem now is that cheap money from Japan is no longer cheap. Okay, because they raised interest rates in Japan to fight inflation. Because Japan actually has inflation for the very first time in a long time. And that's throwing people's numbers off. That's causing some people to get margin called on their loans that they took out with Japan. And what didn't help was when these the tech stocks like Tesla and Nvidia and the sorts, once those tech stocks started going down in price, people getting margin called. They had to go back and borrow more money from Japan, but then Japan just raised their interest rates, so now the money's even more expensive, and now they try to go back in the stock market and make their money again, but they can't, so they have to start selling their stocks here in the United States and stocks all around the world, and that is causing forced liquidations, forced selling. We're having a liquidity crisis, guys. There's a big liquidity crisis going on in in all around the world, and we're seeing it playing out right before our eyes here on this first week of August. Today being August 5th, Monday, in 2024. So yeah, and then there's just no safe haven. There's really no place to go because it's red all across the board. All the stock markets all across the world are down today. Uh, Even if you look at oil, oil is down. The oil is currently trading in the United States here at $72.97, down 0.75%. Not too bad, but still in the red. Brent is also down 0.59%. Natural gas, nat gas is down 1.27%. And that's because we're starting to sniff out there might possibly be a recession coming later on this year. And if there's a recession and companies are laying off and firing their employees to save money during a recession, well, there's not going to be anybody driving to work. So because they're out of a job, and that's going to cause the price of oil to go down just because there's no more demand for oil like there used to be. Also, even in the gold markets, gold and silver, the precious metal markets, gold is down. Okay, gold's supposed to be a safe haven asset, and we have gold is now down about less than 1%. Silver down 4%. Copper down 2.5%. Platinum down 5%. Palladium down 5.67%. So these markets here are not looking good. And of course, you know, if it's not even safe to be in gold, then it's not even going to be safe to be in digital gold or crypto or Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, oh my God, Bitcoin actually tumbled below $50,000 for the first time since February. Bitcoin is currently trading at $54,000. Okay, down 7.7% today. Ethereum down 10%. All right, trading at 2469 right now. I think I saw it get as down as low as like $2,100 earlier this morning here in the East Coast. So yeah, that was scary for a lot of Ethereum investors. Looks like they're getting a little bit of bounce off the lows here, but still blood all across the markets. And we have XRP down 8%. Litecoin down 10.2%, Bitcoin Cash down 10.3%. And I'll go ahead and show you guys here what the crypto market's looking like with the crypto bubble chart. We have the crypto bubbles, and this is for the week of the first week of August. Okay, you can see almost every single crypto is in the red. Every single crypto has lost money this past week. With some of the biggest losers being Pepe, which is a meme coin, down 38.9%. We have Bonk down 32.8%. Dogecoin 25.4%. Now I'm singling those coins out because those are the meme coins, and they have been the biggest losers this past week. So they're usually the biggest gainers, but now since the market's taken a turn for the worse, they're now the biggest losers. Floki's down 34.2%. So it's just blood across the market. Some of the layer one coins like AVAX down 27.2%. Yikes. Okay. I think Solana down 27.8% for the week. Yikes. Okay. Bitcoin only down 18.4% for the week. Okay. Bitcoin is actually holding up the best out of all the layer one coins out there. We just talked about Ethereum. I believe Ethereum is down. I can't really see where Ethereum is in this chart here. Actually, I think I see it right there. Ethereum down 25% for the week. Okay. So just looking bad out there, really bad out there, guys. And I guess some people can blame Japan right now for what's going on with how bad things are, but it all started with like the U.S. stock market going down, the mega cap tech stocks, like I said, with Nvidia, Apple, and all those other companies. They were going up, making all-time highs earlier this summer, but then once they started going down and people were taking profits, and it just kept going down. Then that caused some more sellers to start selling, and then of course with Japan raising their interest rates last week uh, made money more expensive to borrow, and that caused some margin calls to go out there and force selling, force liquidations. So that is what's going on here, guys, and that is one of the reasons why I'm wearing this red shirt because it's red all across the board. Might as well just join in. No one's really making money in the markets right now, guys, except for short sellers. If you're short selling stocks and short selling cryptos, you're doing pretty well for yourself right now. This is the time to get in while the bloodbath is getting bloodier out there. But let's take a look at the charts here, see if there might be some hope out there, and see if there's any support levels. And we'll start with Bitcoin here. Okay, we'll see how Bitcoin is doing on the we'll take a look at the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin actually. So I'm at the trading view here, and we're going to take a look at Bitcoin on the 4-hour chart here. And you can see Bitcoin is currently trading at $54,560. You can see right here on the RSI levels here, we are extremely oversold on the 4-hour. We got down as low as levels of 18.29. Anything below 30 is considered oversold. Okay, so we're definitely in oversold territory. The most current reading on the RSI is showing 32, so that is close to being oversold. We might get a relief rally, a relief bounce here for the bulls. But just looking at the price chart, it's been bloody ever since like the end of July. We saw Bitcoin just like a week ago trading at like $70,000. Okay. As one of its highs, here on Coinbase. And then ever since then, it's just been red candle, red candle, red candle here, with a few green candles to make us feel a little bit better about price, but mostly just all red candles here on the 4-hour chart. And I'm not seeing any like higher lows indicating that the selling pressure might be over. We could see Bitcoin go to lower prices here, believe it or not. And if Bitcoin was to go to lower prices, I believe, we did go as low as like $49,000 here this morning on Bitcoin. If we can't hold that level of $49,000, the next level is going to be around like basically the $43,000, $42,000 level here, where we had some price action, trading action going on in like end of December of 2023, going into like January and February of 2024. So that might be where we could get some support for Bitcoin, guys. If I was a short seller, I'd be trying to make that my take profit level. If we continue going down, I would not try to push my luck any further than $42,000 on Bitcoin, because that is a very strong level for Bitcoin. Okay. Let's just look at the daily to get a bigger picture, bigger view of what's going on out there for Bitcoin. On the daily chart, that 42,000 level is a very strong support level for Bitcoin. And then, of course, looking at the Fibonacci retracement, we do have the 0.5 level of 44,000. Might also be a support level for Bitcoin. But if Bitcoin bulls are not able to maintain the $51,000 level at the 0.382 fib retracement level, then we might go down to 44,000, low 40s for Bitcoin before we start getting some support here, before people want to take a bite into Bitcoin. So anything's possible, guys. But that's what we have for Bitcoin. Bitcoin needs to basically stay where it's at and stay higher than this in order for us to continue maintaining the bullish trend and consider this a bull market. If we start going below 50,000 on Bitcoin, then I think you can start calling this the beginning of a bear market for Bitcoin and also crypto, because whatever Bitcoin decides to do, the rest of crypto is going to follow Bitcoin's lead. So if Bitcoin wants to go to lower prices, then the rest of crypto market is going to go down in sympathy with Bitcoin. But let's go ahead and take a look at another big layer one coin here. That would be Ethereum. Let's see what Ethereum is doing on the charts here. And yikes, that's all I'm going to say. Yikes, yikes, yikes. That is a big red, a few big red candles on the daily chart here. With Ethereum getting just blown apart here, down like 8% on the 5th of August here, and also down another big red candle here where we were down 7% on Sunday, August 4th. And I mean, like again, you could just blame what's going on in Japan, but also we have what's going on in the Middle East is very concerning. We don't know what's going to happen with the Iran-Israel situation over there, and that is affecting the markets here. But we did see Ethereum get as low today, as low as $21,116. Yikes. But we did get a bounce off that low. Looks like we are kind of painting a reversal candle here, believe it or not, a hammer. If we could push, if Ethereum bulls and investors can push that candle a little bit higher, where we get a candle close of about $2,500 or more, you could consider that a hammer candle. And hammer candles are considered reversal candles, and we could see Ethereum start making a reversal where it starts to go to higher prices. We could see basically Ethereum start to go this way. Okay, maybe back up to $3,500 where it was earlier. Okay, yeah. So that's the only nugget I can give to the Ethereum bulls out there, is that you guys are looking like you're painting a hammer candle, which is a reversal candle, which should reverse the price action in Ethereum and cause it to go to higher prices. I would like to see some higher lows being created here on the RSI, and we were creating some higher lows earlier last week on the RSI, indicating that we were having a bullish divergence. But what killed us was just what happened this weekend, and we blew right past the lows that we were making on the RSI during the weekend, and we got basically a lower low. Okay, but still not game over for Ethereum investors. But if we're gonna say that Ethereum is still in the bull market, we need Ethereum to get above this red line here, the 200-day simple moving average, which is currently trading at $3,200. So if Ethereum investors can push the price of Ethereum back up to $3,200 and recapture the 200-day moving average, then there might still be some hope out there for the Ethereum bulls. But right now, if we can't get above $3,200, and if we can't do that anytime soon, then we could see Ethereum go back to the low 2000s again, like it did earlier this morning. $2,200 level is a strong support area, because we had some previous price action back in December and January where Ethereum was trading at $2,200. So hopefully that could be the line of support for Ethereum investors. If we go any lower than $2,200, then we might see like 1,900 be the next support level, 1,800 being the next support level for Ethereum. But if it's going down to there, I mean, that's pretty much a bear market for Ethereum, guys. You could say that the bull run is over if that's the case. And we're just going to have to try for another bull run. But let's go ahead and move on to another popular layer one cryptocurrency coin, and that would be Solana. Solana is currently trading at $131.83. And yeah, uh, looks like Solana is also trying to paint a reversal candle here with a bullish hammer. Now this is looking more like a hammer candle. Okay, you have the candle wick. Okay, the handle to the hammer, right? And then you got the body of the candle acting like, the part of the hammer that you would hit a nail with. Okay, so this is looking like a hammer candle. Okay, and that could indicate that the price is reversing and it's going to be reversing to the upside here. So that is the only thing I feel good about with Solana here, as well as the same thing was being painted on the Ethereum chart as well. So we got some hammer candles here, guys. That's the only bullish thing I could say for Ethereum and Solana is that we got some hammer candles here. But Solana did blow through the support level that it was trying to defend earlier in July and in May, where we saw Solana get as low as $121 on Friday, Friday the 5th, right after 4th of July. We saw Solana get as low as $121, but and we also seen Solana get as low as like $118 back in May of 2024, and we always we were looking at those levels as those were good areas to buy. Those are good areas to be buying Solana because the bulls have defended that level. But sure enough, we violated that logic, those levels on this 5th day of August 2024, and we got as low as $110 here on Solana. But I like the fact that the bulls for Solana came in, stepped in, bought those low prices, and now Solana is currently trading at $131. And if we can just push that price even higher going into the close of today, of August 5th, if we can just get a higher price, that will indicate that the bulls are very strong on Solana, and we might start seeing higher prices here on Solana. Solana is looking like the best layer one coin out there, even better than Bitcoin and better than better than Ethereum right now. But Solana did go down in sympathy like the rest of the cryptocurrency coins. Everything went down this past weekend here, and we still got the situation in the Middle East to deal with, so we don't know what's going to happen next. But if the world is not coming to an end, then I see Solana leading us back up to higher prices where we could get back up to like maybe the $160 level, which is also a Fibonacci retracement level. The 0.618 Fib retracement level says that Solana should be trading around $163. So we could see a Solana try to get back up and recapture that level. If Solana is going into a bear market with Bitcoin and the rest of the crypto world, then we might see Solana go back down to the 0.382 level at $104, and maybe we can get some support there where they try to defend that $104 level. If Solana is not able to defend the $104 level, then we might start seeing some support here at the $80 level. And that's just going to be brutal for Solana investors if it does go down there, but there is some support at the $80 level for Solana. Let's see. Another popular cryptocurrency out there would be XRP. Okay, let's take a look at XRP real quick here. And XRP is just, the joke about XRP is just it's almost like a stable coin at this point because it just keeps trading anywhere between like 47 cents, gets as high as about like 60 cents, and it stays at those levels for the most part. But we did see XRP, right now XRP is trading at 48 cents, but we did see XRP get as low as 43 cents during that bear market crash that we just had earlier this morning. And once again, the bull investors, they stepped in, they started buying up the crypto, and it looks like XRP is also trying to create a hammer candle, which could indicate a price reversal, temporary price reversal in the price here, leading to higher prices. So I like that the investors, the bulls, are stepping in and trying to buy in at these low prices, trying to defend these levels here for these cryptocurrencies. I kind of want to actually go back to Bitcoin to see if Bitcoin is doing the same thing with making a hammer candle as well on the daily chart. Bitcoin not really making a hammer candle. We do need to see the Bitcoin bulls need to push that a little bit higher for us to call it a hammer candle with a price reversal going to higher prices here. I would like to see Bitcoin get above like maybe $55,000, $56,000, and that would look like a nice hammer candle that could send us to higher prices for Bitcoin. But of course, Bitcoin needs to get above the 200-day moving average, which is that red line right there. If it can get above 200-day moving average, which is currently trading at $61,000, then we could say that Bitcoin is doing all right for itself, and that could be considered a bear trap if Bitcoin can get back up to $61,000 and do that sooner rather than later, like later on today or tomorrow. Would be a nice way to say that was a bear trap, and the bears are going to get their butts handed to them. But right now the bulls are getting their butts handed to them. Yeah, let's is there another cryptocurrency we could take a look at? Let's go ahead and take a look at another layer one called AVAX. Let's see how AVAX is doing out there. AVAX not really making a hammer candle here. AVAX is currently trading at $19.65. And I mean, AVAX has just been making higher, the lower highs and lower lows, and lower highs, lower lows. AVAX is definitely this chart's looking like a bear market. Yeah, it's been a bear market for for AVAX ever since like the middle of March, where back in March AVAX traded as high as $65.38. But ever since then, it's just been making lower highs, lower low, lower high, another lower low, a lower high, and then another lower low here. Not good, not pretty, ugly, in my opinion. Yeah, and then AVAX RSI levels are down here at 26.54. That's oversold, guys. That's oversold. Maybe AVAX could get a bounce if Bitcoin starts to go to higher prices, but I'm not seeing any promise. AVAX needs to get basically back up to like the $25, $26 level before we could even say like it's starting to get bullish again. And right now it's currently trading below $20. So I would not be buying AVAX until it gets up to $25 and shows us that it can stay at that level. You could take a chance at buying AVAX right now at $19.63, but I would put a stop loss, basically at the, if you're going to buy an AVAX right now at $19.64, we saw AVAX get as low as $17.28. So, you can put a stop loss at $17.28 because if it goes below that, it's just continuing on the downtrend here. And I would not want to be a part of AVAX. I would not want to be riding that down any lower than $17 if I was going to try to scoop up some AVAX right here, because we could see AVAX if it can't hold $17, then we could see AVAX get down to roughly the $12 level here, where we have some price action here in like November of 2023, and also same thing here back in August of 2023, where we saw AVAX trading at like $12 or $13. So yeah. If I was to buy AVAX right now at $19, I would put a stop loss at $17 because I do not want to be a part of AVAX and Avalanche. I do not want to lose even more money with AVAX going down to like $12 or $13. Yep. All right. We'll take another we'll take a look at another cryptocurrency, Injective here. Injective Protocol, INJ USD. Currently trading at $15.70 here. Once again, its RSI got blown out of the water. It's in oversold territory at like 26.45. Injective, just looking at this, I would not want to be a part of Injective, just like I would not want to be touching AVAX right now. But if I was to try to get myself involved with the Injective, and I was going to try to scoop up some Injective at like $15, once again, I would put the stop loss real tight because I do not want to be losing any more money in this market. And I would put the stop loss probably at like the 1350 level because that's as low as Injective got here on Monday morning. Here in the East Coast, we saw Injective get as low as $13.50. So I would put the stop loss literally at $13.50 because if it goes down there, then it's probably going to go even lower. And if it does go any lower than that, I mean, what are some levels where we could see Injective start to defend itself at? We could see Injective try to defend itself here at like a $12 level here. Okay. But if it can't defend 12, then we might see it go lower than that, and we might see Injective get down to like $7 or $8 level here. So yeah, that would be bad for the Injective bulls. If we go down to $8 and we're currently trading here at $15, you could see another 50% loss in Injective. So me personally, I would not be putting serious money into Injective because there's a potential that it could lose 50% of your money of where it's at right now if it continues on this downtrend. I would be taking nibbles and bites here on Injective, but I would not be getting bullish on Injective until we can get up to like the $19, $20 level here. Yeah, and it's just looking bad. I mean, most of these altcoins, they're just looking really bad. They haven't had they had their best days back in March of 2024, and that's been about it for these altcoins. And I mean, I could look at another altcoin chart, but it's going to probably say the same thing. It's going to be like our best days were back in March of 2024, and we haven't seen any better days since that. And we have not seen any good days since March of 2024. We've had a brutal summer here. Where it's just sideways, and now we're going down on the charts here and the prices here. So it looks like August is now turning out to be one of the worst months for crypto. August 2024 is turning out to be one of the worst months. We thought July was bad, and we thought June was one of the worst. But now August is just like, hey guys, here we go. Let's send you guys even lower and make things even worse for all you bulls out there. I don't mean to laugh too hard. I'm actually involved in some of these cryptocurrencies, so I'm also feeling the pain as well. So that laugh is kind of like, I mean, what can you do besides laugh? I mean, you can put stop losses and prevent yourself from losing money. But if you have a long-term bullish outlook on crypto, then you could probably look at days like today and say, hey, you know what? Buy the dip because we're going higher. Okay. If you guys like this content so far, please go ahead and click that like button. If you're new to this community and you want to see more videos like this, please go ahead and click that subscribe button so you can see me here on your YouTube feed and know when I go live. I try to go live on Mondays. I've been doing like Monday afternoons. Sometimes I'll go live if I see some pretty interesting price action going on in the crypto markets or the stock market. But yeah, yeah, if you guys like these videos, just go ahead and come join the community here. Yep. And you'll also be able to see some shorts. I usually do some short videos, YouTube shorts, where I focus the attention on a particular cryptocurrency that's making some newsworthy action. So yeah, check out my YouTube shorts as well. And go ahead and share the video with your friends and family who are interested in talking about finance and the stock market and crypto. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the stock market here real quick. We're gonna look at the S&P 500. Okay. Yeah. So we have the S&P 500 currently trading at we'll just call it 5,200. We're looking at the daily chart for the S&P 500. We have the highest high that the S&P 500 made was like Tuesday, July 16th of 2024, where we were trading at as high as 5,600, 5,669. And ever since then, we've been making some lower highs here on the daily chart here with some lower lows. And we have some gap downs here where the candles have created a gap going down the lower prices here. And if we continue on this downtrend, we might get some support basically right here at this level I'm looking at, the 4,900, 5,000 level for the S&P 500. And that's also looking like, I think the 5,000 level for the S&P 500 would be a strong technical level, but also a psychological level where people will be like, all right, let's try to get some, let's go ahead and buy some stocks at the 5,000 level for S&P 500, because that's just a nice, solid, even number that, people are going to stick to. But also looking at the 200-day moving average here, the red line here, for the S&P 500, we can see that the 200-day moving average is also at 5,011. So I feel like, if we do see prices going down lower than where they are right now on the S&P 500, I feel like a lot of professional traders, institutions, and the smart money are going to start buying some stocks here and defending the 5,000 level on the S&P 500. And we could start seeing the S&P 500 bounce off that 200-day moving average and go up to higher prices here, especially if we start getting more talk about interest rate cuts, and we start hearing talk about the interest rates getting cut in September. We could see that cause a reversal for the S&P 500 to higher prices. So if I was short selling the S&P 500, I would not get too greedy. I believe the 5,000 level is where I would be taking profits, because anything lower than that, I just feel like the bulls are going to try to defend that 5,000 level there. There's just too many confluence indicators indicating that 5,000 is going to be the level where the bulls are going to defend the S&P 500. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ. We'll see what's going on with the NASDAQ. I feel like the NASDAQ is probably going to be very similar to the S&P 500. And yeah, I mean, I can give you basically the same thing you heard me say about the S&P 500. You could say the same thing about the NASDAQ here. The NASDAQ did get as high as 18,600 in the middle of July 11th. And it's been lower highs and lower lows, and we've got this bad news affecting the markets and causing the price to get as low as today, this Monday, we saw the NASDAQ get as low as 15,708. Currently, we're trading at 16,200. And it looks like the NASDAQ already bounced off of its 200-day moving average. The red line here says that the 200-day moving average was like 15,800, and we got down to 15,700. So I think the bulls are treating that as a support level, and they're trying to defend the 15,700, 15,800 level. I feel like if we are going to go to higher prices here, the NASDAQ would probably be leading us to higher prices for the indexes going forward here. And if we get some good news about inflation and some more news about interest rate cuts, that could send us to higher prices here. So this might actually be one of the best days to be buying the market, at least on the short term here. I feel like we've seen the worst of the worst already, but you just never know, because we still have the situation going on in the Middle East, and who knows what's going to happen with that. But yeah, that is your Nasdaq. Let's go ahead and take a look at Dow Jones real quick here. All right. Dow Jones. Yep. Yeah, that's what I think. I want that one. No, that's not the chart that I want. Give me the chart that I want. That's the one I want. Okay. All right. So yeah, Dow Jones is currently trading at $38,730. And it hasn't bounced off its 200-day moving average. But if it does decide to go lower, the 200-day moving average is trading at 37,966. That should be a price that the bulls would defend. But looks like we are getting some defensive price action here at the $38,600 level here. Okay, so yeah, if the Dow Jones, if investors decide that they that we've seen the worst of the worst here, then we could probably go to higher prices here on the Dow Jones, where the Dow Jones was trading at in mid July at like 40,000, 41,000. So we could just treat this as a buy the dip opportunity for the stock market investors in the Dow Jones. But I mean, I will admit that we were at oversold levels, because if you look at here at the RSI, you can see that the Dow Jones was trading at like 83 on the RSI, which is overbought levels. That was in the middle of July. So yeah, I mean, we cooled off. We needed to chill out a little bit. RSI levels are now getting more closer towards like oversold territory. So today could just be considered a good day, a good buy the dip opportunity, especially if we're just going to keep on trucking along and going to higher prices here. Yeah. So, I mean, I think this was a good opportunity for the Dow Jones to cool off a little bit. And we could just go to higher prices, especially if they start doing interest rate cuts in September and talking more interest rate cuts. That could just keep us, at the very least, prevent us from going down. We could just trade sideways here on the Dow Jones. I feel like the Nasdaq would go to higher prices before the Dow Jones does, only because it's very tech heavy index with companies that are blowing out their earnings and growing their earnings faster than the companies in the Dow Jones. But most of you guys probably already know that already, that the Nasdaq has these technology companies that can lead it to higher prices because they have more growth potential. Let's take a look at gold before we end this live stream here. And maybe we'll take a look at silver as well. But I feel like gold and silver are going to probably have similar looking charts here. Gold has been made its all-time high back in like July 17th, when it got as high as like 2483, according to this data here from the TVC. I believe gold actually got up to like $2,500. Yeah, I know this data might not be the best data, but gold is trading near its all-time highs. We can definitely say that. Gold's considered a safe haven asset, but it took a beat down earlier today in sympathy with the rest of the markets out here. And it's still painting a red candle here. But if we do get more nervousness about the situation in the Middle East, and we get more nervousness about Japan causing a downturn in the markets because they're raising their interest rates, then we should see gold start going to higher prices than where it is right now. We have the 50-day moving average at 2365 giving us some support here. But I mean, how high could gold possibly go? go. It's already near its all-time highs. And I just think, gold should be a safe asset to be in. Uh, if you really are afraid of what's next, what's going to happen next in the markets here. Because I mean, just look at the trend here. It's been a bullish trend ever since like February of 2024. We were trading at like $2,000 for gold for the ounce, $2,000 an ounce, and now we're trading at $2,400. So gold is up like 20% since February. It could go up another 20%, 20% from here, from where it is right now, going into the end of 2024 and beginning of 2025. We might see gold at like $2,800. And that's my only price tag I can give you guys for gold, because gold is already at its all-time highs. I could do a Fibonacci extension, but I feel like most people are saying like $2,800, maybe $3,000 gold is going to be the next price target for gold if it does go higher. But let's go ahead and take a look at silver, see what silver has done in the markets. Silver not as strong as gold. Silver did see its highs back in like May, the end of May 21st, when it was trading at like $32.49. And silver's been making lower highs, which is not good. Gold hasn't really done a lower high yet. So silver not as strong as gold. But it has been making a bullish trend ever since like February of 2024, when we saw silver trading at like $22, and now silver's trading at $27. I would like to see silver get above that blue line, the 100-day moving average. Right now, the 100-day moving average is $28.67. If silver can get above $28.67, then maybe we could see silver get back up into the 30s, like $31, $32 level. And then if it goes higher than that, I mean, it would have basically be taking its lead from gold. Just like the cryptocurrencies follow Bitcoin, silver is going to follow gold. Gold is going to probably make an all-time high first before silver does. And actually, silver hasn't even made. Silver's been higher than this, actually. If you go back in the charts, go back in history here, we've seen silver as high as like $40, $48 back in 2011, April of 2011. So, I mean, could we see that with silver? Possibly, maybe. But we got to get above $28 here first on silver. And then we got to see silver get up to like $32 before we see it get up to like $40. But silver is looking pretty solid for those who want to get involved in the precious metal industry and not spend $2,000 on a gold coin. You buy silver for like $28 and still ride the uptrend to higher prices here. So yep, that's gonna be it here, guys, for my live stream here. I appreciate you guys coming out and taking a look at the charts with me here. I am Damien. This is the Meet Damien channel, and I'll be probably going live next Monday around this time as well. So be on the lookout for that. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you can get your notification of when I go live next. Okay. I hope you guys have a good week out there. Hopefully, we've seen the worst of the worst here for the crypto stock markets, and hopefully things calm down in the Middle East. But we'll just have to see what's going to be in store for us guys here. All right. Have a good week, guys.